handle the truth.
I'm Jim Price, the Jim Price Show Daily Update. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh, the government tells me the date. I can never be wrong. May 5th, or all right, June 5th. I got May 5th on the mind there, I guess. June 5th, it's a Friday, 2026. Thank you guys so much for being here. And again, this is the crazy, crazy times of things we're experiencing. Kind of amazed at how bad people really want things to be wrong. I that is a part of me I'm still trying to figure out. I know there's a lot of people have got great answers out there, but anyway, oh, sorry, knock the fly swatter down. I have to have a fly swatter down here just to threaten that every now and again the rogue fly will somehow find its way clear all the way down to here, which still amazes me, the math on that this little fly somehow finds a place where there's no food, there's no water, there's completely a dry area, and yet comes looking out here like, oh, there's got to be something here. So anyway, I do have a fly swatter I keep here by the desk, and kicked it over. Anyway. Sorry, I was scooting my chair around too. I got to get everything all situated. All right. I really got stuck on an article today, and there was some other stuff that's been going on, which has actually been a very big week for America. We got a lot of things happening. I'm pretty impressed by it, but we don't want to talk about that. But this is a problem for me when I look around and I see something like this going out there. And by the way, if you guys saw a little thing where it jumped up, said I was live about 20 minutes ago or whatever, I was trying to do a commercial and some other stuff, and I was screwing up, and I pushed broadcast, not record. So anyway, so if you guys saw that, just know that it was just me for like 6 seconds, was trying to get into a thing there. So anyway, there's an article out here. Now I'm just gonna start reading it, and I really have. This is a judge situation. There's judges again. Where now everything is just the singular. We're going down to the microscopic authority of a finite amount of lawyers who are usually lawyers who cannot make money in the real world, so they go become judges. Now, if you want me to defend that or, whatever, just kind of look around, guys. Guys that are making multi-million-dollar years as a lawyer are not going to go make $280,000 as a judge. Do you see the difference in math there all of a sudden? It doesn't make a lot of sense to be a judge. And if a guy is just sitting there just being a judge for decades, it's not because he just wants to go, he's just waiting for his lawyering a moment, right? That's not it. Anyway, guys, the judges are way out of control. I don't think that they are any longer adjudicating or doing the whole cut the baby in half effect. I don't think we're trying to find that. It just seems like everything is just executioner. How far can we go? How much damage? Look how. I don't know if people think it's cool. Do they? I don't know. Do judges sit around and just like high five each other about? Because the problem is, it's like, no. I get there's people that need to be sentenced the pants off of them. I get it. But even in my situation, Judge Woods had to be able to look at me and go, come on, are we really doing this? But the sad part of it is, he's the one that changed everything. So it tells me that, yes, he felt like he had the God authority to be able to go in and manipulate my life and do what he did. Because as what I was going and doing was a misdemeanor. What he made it worse. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff out there, guys. We got to really think about this. Hey, Brenda, good to see you. Kelly Wolf is here. What's up? Yeah, it has been a heck of a week, Kelly. You are absolutely right. She says, boom week. So this article just bothers me. All right. A federal judge on Friday struck down President Trump's asylum policy in a scathing rebuke. Now listen, You can say, I don't want there to be a hold on asylum seekers anymore. You can just say that, and that would be enough. But the sad part of it is that what Trump did is because we had Afghanis that had actually shot those 2 servicemen in D.C. a few months ago, how easily we have forgotten. But yet these people we were stopping all the asylum seekers. We're putting everything on hold. Well, this judge decided to go on a moral high ground and went into parts of things that really have nothing to do with the law. Nothing to do with case precedents, nothing to do with, hey, this is where I can find the letter of the law defining it in this way, and I'm going to make sure and reinforce it. No. Guys, this is not how this went. And let me jump you ahead just a little bit. The opinion of this judge is 135 pages long. Now, if I asked you to give me an opinion about something, I might be able to get 10 pages, 20 pages, maybe even 50 if you felt real passionate, like you gave me references, you're just going through, you're typing it out, right? 135 pages to tell Trump how much he hates him. Guys, I don't like Nancy Pelosi's actions. I don't like what she did with raising the tobacco age from 18 to 21. I don't like how the new Green Deal got marshaled in under her authority. And as she sat there and talked about how she was talking to God and she on bended knee asked the Lord. I mean, okay, I don't like all those things. But I don't feel like spending 135 pages telling everybody about it. I don't like AOC. I don't think Biden was worth it. I think it was a placeholder, as well as Hakeem Jeffries in the House. But I think Obama was the Trojan horse that's brought in a bunch of horrible things into our country and really created the downward spiral that we are trying to pull out from right now. But I'm not writing 135 pages about it. I mean, I have an opinion about the guy, but I don't have 135 pages. And hey, Hope, good to see you. And this is all about whether or not people that are in other countries waiting to come to America or have already come to America and that are asylum seekers, now they don't know, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, if everything's on hold, then everything's on hold. You're not getting deported. You're not getting imported. You're not getting processed. You're not getting processed. Everything is on hold. Pay attention to the words. But my problem is that I have a judge who's an opine who thinks that, the Lord said to my face or my head, and I'm going to put it all out here on 135 pages. Now, granted, I will give you that legal paper and legal, it's like they have 2-inch margins. So they only do like the middle 2/3 of the, like they don't fill up the whole page. It's not like they're really like putting in a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, not 35 pages, not 100 pages, 135 pages to tell you, hey, I want you to turn the asylum process back on. Guys, this right here, this is where the arrogance comes in. This is where if you can't tell one judge that, listen, if this is how you guys are operating, you guys are dead wrong. If they get offended by that, if they think that, how dare you judge on a book, they should never be a judge ever for the rest of their life. But we can't have that conversation because they're judges. Like right now, a judge could go down and sign a piece of paper, and I'm Gandhi. I could be no bailed. I could be held in a solitary. I could be made no contact. It could be a gag order on the case. The public's not to be notified. The newspapers and anybody else is all gag ordered. If they say anything, they get contempt of court immediately. I mean, guys, listen. When a judge wants to go all in, there's a lot to go all in on, and they can hide a lot of bodies, and people can come up dead in prison. Oops. I mean, these are the oopses that happen all the time, but we don't think of it as a problem because, well, it wasn't my son, it wasn't my daughter, it wasn't my husband, it wasn't my wife, it wasn't me, so I don't care. This right here, where you feel like you need 135 pages to say turn the asylum back on, who are you arguing with? You're the only person putting in anything in. You're not taking a debate, and it wasn't like a 135-page transcript of an argument between two parties to come to an agreement. It's just one person telling everybody to stick it where the sun don't shine, period. I am judge. Hear me roar. I mean, I think it's wonderful, right? I mean, good job. U.S. District Judge John McConnell, an Obama appointee, accused President Trump of leaving millions of illegals living in the U.S. in limbo. That's 135 pages. Guys, are you impressed yet? You're paying these people salaries. By the way, this guy's going to get a retirement for the rest of his life, and his wife will be able to gain that retirement after he dies for the rest of her life. Guys, you're paying for this in like perpetuity. You're just paying forever. What about the judge's funds? What about all the hidden fees? What about all the things on the backside? These are real problems for us. The Trump administration last November suspended asylum cases after 2 National Guard members. Oh, I didn't realize it was November. It's been a while. It's been longer than I thought. 7 months. Golly. Guard members were shot by an Afghan man who had entered the United States under the Biden regime. Okay, I don't know why we use the word regime all the time. It's really just, I don't like the word regime. It just, anyway. Trump said, I will permanently pause the migration of third world countries in the United States system until the United States system fully recovers. What's wrong with that? Well, so the judge says, blasted Trump's anti-immigrant animus by saying, hey, we need to kind of get our shit together here. We've got enough people. Let's balance the boat for a minute. Let's all get our grounding or bearing. Let's act like we know what we're doing for a second. The government effectively invites the court to shut its eyes, ignore the strong evidence of anti-immigrant animus before it, the judge wrote. The judge struck down a series of Trump's administration's policies targeting asylum seekers and immigrant seeking benefits in a scathing court ruling Friday. I'm sorry. I was rereading what they had put out. So again, this is a problem. Like, why are we having a judge who thinks that a 135-page report on how bad Trump is, what has that got to do with anything? It leaves them in limbo because we got to get our shit together. They're not moving forward. They're not moving back. So don't worry about it. When things get moving again, we'll let you know. Why is that a problem? It's a problem because it's Trump. And guys, listen, I understand what this is like. I was a foreman at 21, so I was running men that were older than I was. In fact, one of my uncles worked for me for quite a few years. So as a kid, I know what it's like to be undermined, people wanting to undermine your authority because you are younger. You obviously don't have experience. You're not this, you're not that. Oh, blah, 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 right? So you're always getting these little digs like this. And this is just somebody who is a little older than me on my framing crew, who doesn't like the way I do the layout marks for the windows, or he doesn't like how I put the door bucks in, or how I got this or that, or how I put the cripples in, or whatever it is. And then he's going around, and just every time the superintendent happens to be around, Jim Price. What? Don't be talking under your breath about things. Well, he's just too young to run a framing crew, just too young. I wish that it was that we all tried to listen to every side. I mean, I get it, guys. We all want to have our own way. We all want to have it our way. Burger King, right? but I have to try to listen a little bit. And the sad part of it is that when people flip-flop around, then we get this situation. If you want to be in our country and we said that your asylum is on hold and we're not kicking you out, sorry that there may be other complications, but that's all we can do. By the way, most of this process takes 3 years, 5 years, sometimes 10 years to process. And this judge thinks that this is too much of a hold for everybody? Come on, guys. Come on. And I know people that have been in this country for 30, 40 years and have never even started their paperwork. They've had kids and grandkids in this country. But the problem is that, guys, it's like, I don't have a problem with, there's certain people who really want to be a part of this country for whatever reason, didn't do their paperwork, whatever, they're contributing. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, honestly. But what I do have a problem with is I have a problem with Minnesota, Minneapolis. I have a problem with places that are being taken over and you don't see America. So you could go through all kinds of America and see America. And you can see little touches of this or that, but it always just seems like it's America. But when you see entire areas of cities, of states that where you feel like you don't even know what it is anymore because other countries have dumped their worst here, well, that was pretty smart of them. Guys, we have to take this serious. There is a math to this. By the way, guys, I do love how we all are still trying to figure out how immigration works and what the suitable amount of immigration really is to allow a country to maintain its authenticity. They already know, they've known this for hundreds of years. Most of these things they've already established as these are the norms because we know this is the balance of how a country can take immigrants in. They already know. They already know the math. They know how much, they know that a car can run on air. They know a car can run on water. They know a car can run on all kinds of stuff. They know, guys. But when I sit here and hear people want me to feel bad or feel this or feel that, guys, if I am going to move to Russia or I'm going to move to, well, I don't even know if I wanted to move to another country, I don't even know where I would go. Because a lot of the countries I used to think were really cool and stuff like Australia and all that, I was like in love with Australia as a kid. I was like, I got to get there, want to go, I wanted to live. I don't know if I wanted to live there, but I at least wanted to visit and stay for a while kind of thing. But I wouldn't want to go there now because it seems like the place is really tyrannical. Sounds like their government is way overreaching. And the same thing with London. Why would I want to go to London or England? Parts of Ireland are completely ran over with immigrants from other parts of the world that have nothing to do with Ireland. They're losing their culture. So where could I go? Russia, because they did not take them in. Hungary, because they did not take them in. Turkey, because they did not take them in. But if I go there, I'm going to expect that I've got to kind of know how to take care of myself for a while without either knowing whether I have a real job or I can really make money under the table or whatever I got to do to make it work. And maybe I got to have a little more money saved up and not just act like I can walk over there with my Nike shirt on and my Air American shoes and a backpack and say, I moved to America. I now American. Ta-da. I would never say that going to Turkey. I got my I don't have a backpack, but yeah, I got my bag here. I'm ready to go. I'm moving to Turkey. Hey, Turkey, where's my welfare? Where's my housing? Where's my schooling? Where's the school for my kids? I need medical care. I need this. I need that. I wouldn't even begin to think that. I don't think that about my own country. I don't think my country deserves to give me anything for health care. I really don't. Seriously, guys, I don't think healthcare is a right whatsoever. And I think that what we're all striving, this healthcare thing that we all think we want, is nothing but a death machine. So I don't know why we're all like, I need healthcare. Bull. You need to learn how to mineralize your body and figure out how the body actually works and then make your body heal itself. You don't need pharmaceuticals to run anything in your body. There's not one damn thing in your body that needs pharmaceuticals, guys. Hey, I did blood pressure pills for 20 years. I was on Prilosec Nexium and all that for, 30 years of my life. I was on Claritin D for 20. I was on, I had muscle relaxers. I had different things I was getting. For a while, I was getting Loratabs. Guys, I know about that life. I know what it's like. And I will tell you right now, there is not one thing other than I do understand that after the ribs thing and the hole in the lung, hey, pain medication's cool. I get it. I get why it's there. But they don't give you enough of it. I mean, I don't know what you think 2 weeks after 7 fractures, not cracks, but actually dislocated bones in my rib cage and a hole in my lung, 2 weeks of pain meds. I was stretching those things out, trying to get, and my beard was in, I had a red beard, so I got a bit of red hair going on, and somewhere in my mix of my hair. So pain medications don't go very far for me, and I was doing everything I could to stretch everything out, and I couldn't, dude. I tried everything I could. I tried stretching, and I got grumpy and all that. But here's the thing: pharmaceuticals don't help your body. They really don't. The amount of side effects that happen to a body, you guys know those GLP-1s, the very first, one of the biggest side effects is blindness. Blindness. My buddy had a heart attack last year, and he went to a holistic doctor. He had initially went to the doctor, went to the hospital. They did a whole thing there. They said, hey, you need to be on this Ozempic or whatever it is. One that makes you lose weight or whatever. So his very first dose, he lost his eyesight for 3 days. He could see like light, but he couldn't see like barely. Could not really see if there was images. Basically couldn't see for 3 days. That happened to him very first shot. He said, I'll never take that again. And he paid $5,000 for that little pin. $5,000, and it was only 1 week's worth, I think it was, or a half a month's worth. It was like $10,000 a month. Dave Salee, yeah, absolutely right. It is snake. It is Gila monster venom. That's you're right. Semi-glutides. Dave says, did California finish voting their primaries yet, or are the ballots still coming in? Oh, the ballots are still coming in, Dave. By the way, and this was what I was actually doing this video on earlier. I want you guys to listen to this for just a second. This is why I know elections are absolutely rigged. Listen to me. You guys, and I'm not using the word rigged as in like, oh, I just don't like the outcome, guys. I'm saying absolutely rigged. You want to know why? Right here. The city, county, state, and the federal government of the United States of America, they sell, okay, all of those entities combined, sell 113 billion, B, A, B, C, D, E, F, no, B. 113 billion unique lottery tickets every single year. They never lose one. They never have a problem. They know exactly who won. They know within seconds who won, how they paid for it, what their address is, and what their background is before the person even knows that they won it, because it's already on like a 10 or 15-minute delay. So the system already knows who the winner is before the balls are actually published to say that those are the official balls, and they already know who won. 113 billion unique lottery tickets are issued every single year. In 1 year. Year after 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 year. 113 billion unique lottery tickets. But every 4 years or every 2 years, we can't do elections. It takes us weeks to get this shit straight. It's a matter of will. It is a matter of will. It has nothing to do with the technology. It has nothing to do with, I don't know how to register. Brown and black people are most affected by, any type of restrictions on voting registrations. What? That's racist to say that. It's racist to say that black and brown people cannot get on a computer and register to vote. That is the worst. That is the worst. Don't. That is so racist. Seriously, guys, don't do that. But if you can sell 113 billion unique lottery tickets every year, year after year after year, then you can absolutely do an election for 120 million ballots on one day every 2 years. 120 to 150 million ballots. That's all, 150 million. We're not even talking about, guys, we're not even talking about 1%. Voting is not even 1% of the amount of lottery tickets that are sold in this country every year. And yet we can't get the voting right. You guys are full of shit all the way up here, all the way, like the part that like the full part, and then it just runneth over. Because that's a matter of will. That has nothing to do with reality. Oh, but I can't show ID. I can't show. I've got a Kansas driver's license. I got my VA. I've got my debit card. I have a Sam's card. I mean, what are we talking about here? Sam's knows who I am. They've got my birth date, my address, my photograph, my checking account number. Sam's does. And they can do that with a little barcode on a piece of crap and card in my wallet. And it's like most of it's rubbed off. I don't even know when that picture's from. It's probably about 10 years ago. Hell, there's people behind me in line. But if Sam's can do it, Sam's tracks you with your little ID card. You don't seem to mind that. You can all figure that out when you want to get your food, right? You get your little biscuits and your little chips and your little steaks and your little crackers, and right? You could do it there. How about Costco? How about Walmart with your little rewards cards and stuff? You know, Quick Trip's got one. All these other places got your little rewards card. What about those places? Huh? No? They don't have your birth date, ID. It's on your phone. It's in an app. Well, that app tracks all the different things in your app and your locations and what you do and where you go and the things you say. But if the government knows that they can issue 113 billion unique lottery ticket numbers and get it right year after year after year after year after year after year electronically, they've been doing it since the 80s. If they can do it electronically since the 80s, it's 2026. We know how to do shit like this, guys. So all this arguing about, well, what's in those voting systems? I don't understand. Brenda says, I make homemade biscuits. Well, Brenda, you're killing me. But you know what I'm saying, guys? This is where the hypocrisy of this whole thing makes no sense whatsoever. And if you guys want to share out anything, take that little clip I just did right there, and I'm going to be making another one of those. But take that clip right there, and I will tell you right now, at the end of the day, take that clip and blow the minds of your friends with it. Say, just go watch this one. It's like at 25 minutes into the episode. Just go watch it. Man, I got a tickle in my throat here. Man, I don't know if I need some coffee or if I need some more water. I'm about out of water, so I'll be over here doing the frog throat. Budweiser. Remember that commercial? Remember when I never liked Budweiser. I was always a Coors guy. I don't know why. I was just Coors. I think I was like Coors because I knew it was mostly legal to the east of, anyway, they had a whole embargo thing on it, but remember those old commercials, the Budweiser commercials, or the "What's up?" Again, Budweiser didn't care for it, right? I don't care about the beer. I think it's mostly just, I thought it was even worse than Coors, and I didn't, Coors doesn't have a lot of flavor, but, anyway. Yeah, what happened to the old funny commercials? Like, where's the beef? Why don't we have commercials that are, iconic like that? Instead of the Liberty guy or the Limu guy. We got Liberty Mutual all over the place. We've got Geico and Progressive with those are not even funny anymore. They used to be kind of funny. They were kind of like, catch a funny stuff. But anyway, what happened to the funny commercials? I remember me and Charlie when I was younger. that we liked watching the commercials because they were funny. A lot of times the shows were dull and the commercials are funnier than the show. But again, we don't have that humor anymore. Where's the beef? It's like a whole thing where you can't even think about like having that, oh, well, if you say this or that, it'll look like you're a racist or you're a this or that. So it's, I don't know. But hey, where's the beef? I've heard it all my life. No, I'm just kidding. Uh-oh. So who's that? Dave Solis in here. I can't turn my stove on unless I notify the fire department. Uh-oh. Dave, what do you mean? What's going on, buddy? You gotta tell. Oh, because is it a gas? You know, I don't know, guys. When we went camping a couple weeks ago, I will tell you that to sit out there and just be on the open fire with a cast iron and some kind of half cut up potatoes, cooking in some bacon, cooking in the ribeye, you know, whatever, got the grease and the goods going there, cutting it all up and just kind of gnawing on some meat next to a fire. I tell you what, man, I haven't paid for a steak that was that good. I haven't sat down at a place where I felt like I had to have a, nice whatever. I've ate at Michelin star places before. Again, don't recommend. But that steak out there with that fire and just kind of the outside of it all was just, it was good. It really was. But anyway, I'd like to get back to that kind of stuff. I'd like to have, I would really like to, if I could build my own house and design it, I would design it with a fireplace, a working swing arm, walk-in fireplace, the ones where like you walk into it, like the beehive one, where it's kind of rounded in the back and you can like get all the way in there and it has a wrought iron swing arm so you can put your pots or your pans over the top of the fire. I would really, that is absolutely a must. And I would want that fire just kind of always going 24 hours a day. Just having it there. It's like, well, what do you do about air conditioning? Guys, I don't think you understand how thermodynamics works sometimes. That having a fireplace going in the house doesn't actually create what we always think it does. Yes, it creates the heat, but anyway, just if you could cook with outdoor wood, if you could cook in the old ways like that, guys, I really think we were missing so much. And even if you could cook with coal. By the way, guys, if you think coal is dangerous to you, I understand what black lung is. That don't get me started on that. That's not what I'm talking about. But coal itself, you could cook with coal. And a lot of people still heat their house with coal. Anyway, Brenda says, hey, Chef's Kitchen. Hello? Yeah, absolutely. So, anyway, all right, I got to get back onto the to the news of things. I don't know where I was going. They're still counting ballots in California. They may be done sometime by September. That way they know who to elect in November. So it's all part of the cycle of things, guys. Those lottery ticket things, that's not real. Those are just worth billions of dollars, maybe. 113 billion. By the way, listen, guys, they bring in $113 billion. Do you ever hear about them paying out $113 billion in lottery? Like, what's the biggest lottery have been? Like $1 billion? And it had to take weeks and months to build up to it. But yet, let's say it takes 3 months, that's like $25 billion to get to $1 billion. They brought in 113 billion tickets. That's $1 ticket. Oh, by the way, it's $2 a ticket now. Woo-wee! Boy, that math gets faster all of a sudden, doesn't it? So in a quarter of a year, they're already at $50 billion, and that's usually about the time they get to about $1 billion or so jackpot on those. I don't know, guys. I know there's a lot of small payouts and this and that, but where's all these brand new schools that the lottery is supposed to build? Where's all the amazing hospitals and all the lotteries we're going to pay for the schools and the school buses and the school lunches, and the lottery is going to pave the streets with gold? What happened to all that money? Remember that? Remember that was this cigarette tax is going to pay for all medical costs. It's going to cover all Medicaid and Medicare. Oh, the cigarette tax is going to fix that all. What happened to that tax? Where'd that tax go? How about no? How about, yeah. It does. Oh, it gets ugly, doesn't it? When you start really asking those tougher questions. U.S. Attorney observes Los Angeles Election Center as feds launch multiple voter fraud investigations. We can't get... This is just the primaries, guys. It's just the primaries. The blood sport hasn't started. The primaries nobody's paying attention to. It's when the blood sport of the big race. There's Zelensky wrote an open letter to Putin, said, "Hey, let's not do this war thing anymore." Well, and by the way, we're giving Ukraine another $20 billion or something like that, or $30 billion. That was in a spending bill we voted on a couple of days ago. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we're still spending money in the middle of the year. That budget thing you were worried about? No. We do other spending throughout the year. That's not just a one-time. We don't write one big check at the beginning of that year and then get the budget going, and then we do that. There's some other additional spending we do that's just a little bit outside of... Don't worry about it. You're fine. It's fine. It's fine. That they know what they're doing. They don't need you. Jeez. We did go ahead, and by the way, that $30 billion came, I think if I remember right, it's part of some more funding, but we did get ICE funded, by the way. That's all that fight is over, and it quietly went into the night, and nobody noticed. So there you go. All right. Kind of see if there was any... Oh, turbo cancers. Yeah, that's going to be a fun thing. By the way, the Israel launched a strike on Lebanon. Are we tired of this yet, guys? Here's the thing. Listen, I was an ROTC in high school. I enlisted when I was 17. I was working on McConnell Air Force Base when I was still 17 years old, all the way. I was doing it, from 17. I worked on the base almost a year before I went to basic training. I worked on the flight line, worked on F-16s. And I was a defense contractor. And I love this country. I think there's a lot of things we can do. I think there's a lot of things we're doing great. I think there's a lot of stuff and we could do way better, right? We could do better. Do better, America. But I do have battle fatigue, and I don't mean that in the way that I've seen the bombs and the bullets with my own two eyes and been in the field and smelled the bad smells, the stuff that really you can't forget. But I will tell you, as a guy who's been a part of this on this side as much as I can, I'm tired of it, and I want to bring the boys home, so to speak. But we can all agree that the 45,000 or 25,000 or 35,000 or 10,000. I don't know. It's tens of thousands of military personnel in Germany. Like, we still have there. For what reason? Like, there's nobody around Germany giving Germany anything. And yet we're propping them up for what? Well, it's for their economy. See, we maintain that many people there. That's that many salaries. That's that much personnel. That's that much infrastructure. That's that, and that's all been payoffs too. Keeping military bases in certain country had nothing to do with the fact that we were getting the base there. It had more to do with the fact that the kickbacks that were going to happen, and the country's going to get a stimulus of American dollars being flushed into that country in that area. They know that. They're not silly. You're silly for thinking they didn't think of it. It's the only reason they thought of it to begin with. But we gotta. I'm battle fatigued. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the really lazy reasons why we've spent men's lives. You know, I was the first to jump in. I volunteered my equipment. I called the Port Authority and I talked to their operations specialist. I was out there and I said, hey, I will bring my equipment. I'll load my skid steer, my equipment, my trailers. I'll come out there. to help haul material out. And I also was the first one to go around going, giving the side eye, right? Let's do something. But I never, let me give you this. I didn't have a problem with the side eye part of it. But initially, when we first started going, we're going to go in there and do these things. I said yes because it was my country. But I always hesitated with the WMD stuff. I always hesitated with the idea that why we were really in there. That why was it really 9/11? Why we were doing certain things, this and that. Guys, that was not the case. And we got to all reevaluate why we think that we're in what we do. But I will tell you, I'm tired of these very lazy, very, very, very lazy reasons to throw bombs at each other. I mean, I've seen some things. I've seen some things that I've been told from history for whatever, whoever told me the story. I could see like, oh, this story is told in a way that, yeah, this is the reason why they did that. But as I'm observing around me, and I'm looking around, and I am not seeing any good reasons. Now, I will give you that I did not like the idea, and like I said, I have Persian friends, Iranian friends, what do you want to call them? It's like it's whatever label you want to put there, right? But the idea that their Ayatollah would say, "Oh, God told me you have to do this," and then the government would go do it. That's the problem I had. And again, that's one of those situations where, again, I think everybody should live in a republic. I think everybody should have that ability to look down on their government, not their government looking down on them. And I think that is the way we all should think, and I think we should all scream that for the top of our lungs, and we should think about it in our mind, and we should always be thinking those things, because we don't have to challenge the police officer trying to give us a ticket. But he better be challenged in his mind and his own discernment going, man, I better be right about this. I don't want to do this in a haphazard way. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to wrong. And that is the Stalin effect, right? In communism, right? Communism says I would rather offend 9 innocent people than to let one offender go. This guys, you break it down, okay? But in a republic, okay, I would rather let 9 criminals go than to offend a single citizen. Does that make sense? Like I want to make sure that I want to do it right in such a way that I'm doing it in a way that has honor and dignity, and even the person who may be guilty will see that what I have done has authenticity and is worth being listened to. But when we know that we overcharge, when we know that we overplay our hands, when we know that the authorities are used, and we know that this is happening out there, we could do better. 444 on the clock real quick. Exactly, Jim. We all agree. I appreciate that. Thank you. And guys, there's a lot of this stuff out there that I just wish that we could talk about it and say, listen, I don't want to go out there. The reasons you're trying to tell me we're going to war, they don't work. And this goes back to, by the way, if everybody on earth would go back to just do this, and I know this sounds very crazy, guys, but if we wanted to go to war, we would buy war bonds, right? See, we weren't able to send more military or more bombs and bullets into the war because we weren't selling war bonds. So then they started sending the movie actors and the actresses and all the bands and all the singers going around to the military and going around the towns. Hey, buy war bonds, because we got to get into the war. Because that's how we paid for things, because we paid for it. Because that's how we voted. We vote in a democratic process, but we live in a republic. And a republic is a elected servant, and a democracy is elected leadership. I don't elect leaders. I elect servants. That's the difference. Oh, who says I'm here? Hey, Charlie Francis. Thank you so much for being here, partner. And Charlie, if everybody would just go ahead and put a positive thought out there for Charlie as their family is going through some things. And Charlie, my heart goes out to you guys. So, guys, just put your heart out to Charlie and let him know you are here for him and his family. All right. Oh, by the way, I had a doctor. I had the doctor. All right. I know how to do this. I had Pastor Dave on this week, and I had another gentleman. I don't know what Zoom has done in the last update, but for whatever reason, between my phone and this laptop and everything else, not everything is communicating the same way, and I'm literally having things go backwards. I don't know. Zoom, you guys got to do better. It's just crazy what happens on that. And then their audio stuff isn't always as good as it should be, so I don't know. But I do have a guy coming back on. Looks like we're going to have him on Monday or Tuesday, and then I have another gentleman coming in on next Wednesday. So yeah, we got people coming in. Oh wait, I've got to have another guy on. Rick Hill, you guys remember Rick Hill? He's the guy who beat cancer with Latrils. Was it 30 or 40 years ago? And we're going to have him on. Looks like we should have him on here soon. I don't know which day we're going to have that. Yeah, you bet, Charlie. Anytime, buddy. I know that stuff sucks. So, all right. Well, anyway, just the idea that Israel and Lebanon are still throwing bombs, the whole thing. By the way, I thought we were still doing. Anyway, you know what's going on over there. I just. Now Trump went over and remember when Trump went over and we did the whole China visit and we did all that stuff, and then we did Japan. He did Japan before that as well. And when he was over there, he talked about it. Was it Marco Rubio when they were in China where he talked about Cuba? And he goes, yeah, we'll take care of Cuba in a minute. But did you see where they had actually lectured even Marco Rubio about knowing what Greenland is part of Denmark? Or, yeah, Denmark or whatever. Anyway, I just let's go back to Cuba. I'm wondering when this is going to come about, because I do see that what Trump did was take over the third world countries that were kind of feeding incestuously off of each other. China was kind of running that little cartel of things. And now I think we have gone in and we got in the way. And China, if they go out and say, oh, you can't do that, it'd be like, do what? Well, you can't take take your what? Well, you can't take away our cartel of oil, black market oil. It can't do that. See, I think what Trump is also doing is cleaning up the oil market, because there was a lot of black market oil going around. And the fact that there was, what they call them? It was a certain type of boat name. Anyway, but I think they're using actual like almost like fishing boats or like wooden boats to carry oil. I don't know. There's some stuff out there that I think is going to find out that we've been moving oil in a third world country way in a black market that we were, so anyway, I think Trump is cleaning a lot of things up. I mean, I really do. For some, I don't know what the math is on it yet, but I still believe there's things coming. Because here's the thing, it makes a lot more sense if you think about it that way than what we've been hearing from the legacy media. Legacy media has not been helping us. Yeah. So this article comes out and says that the Democrats, Trump's health is coming under increasingly scrutiny as the left tries to distract the country. Says that Trump fell asleep during a presser. Let's see if I can get the video up here. Congressman Yasmin I don't know, Yasmin. Donald Trump fell asleep multiple times in the Oval Office today. Again, that's why I called for the 25th Amendment, and dozens of my colleagues have done the same. Donald Trump is unwell and must be removed from office. It's a national security crisis. Hey, guys, I mean, I don't know if you saw the... how long until the White House says he was just blinking? So Trump appears to be completely passed out, sleeping during the 3 p.m. Oval Office announcement. His eyes are literally open in the clip. The clip you posted, so now the tea comes out. This is what I love about this. The internet don't hold back. So let's see. I guess we're going to go ahead and play this video here. Let's see if this has any in there.
Thank you, Lee Zeldin.
A second. I'm going to... Oh, he's looking down. Okay. It'd be hard for you guys to see it because of the size of the video. But what Trump does is he sits back like this and he's looking down, like he's looking down at his phone like this. And you can see like he's looking around on his desk. And you can see his eyelids. You can see his eyes still moving, but they're like, oh, look, right there, he fell asleep. I like to watch it for 2 seconds. Could tell you that ain't true. But anyway, what do I know? All right, guys, it's going to be about it for me. I've been complaining and whining and griping all day. It's Friday. Go enjoy yourself. Find yourself whatever it is you want to find and just enjoy, right? Quit holding back. Life is way too short to be doing all that. All right, guys, what we got going today? That's about it, huh? Last weekend for River Festival here in Wichita. Every year we have River Festival down on the Arkansas River and the Douglas Street Bridge. That used to be kind of a big hub for the city back in the day. And now we have the Wind Wagon guy, and it's a whole thing. But anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it down there for any of that. I usually just like the roasted corn. It's the only thing I go to the fair for. All right, guys, that's about it for me. Remember the 10% we do for our neighbor, community, city, county, state, the federal government. The more you do for them, the less they have to do for you. Learn how to be selfless and not so damn selfish. The world will be a far, far better place. Remember, hold the line, hold fast, do not give up, do not give in. We'll win. I promise I can't keep, guys. You've always been the answer out there. Remember, the Constitution limits your government, but never limits you. That's simple. You win. All right, guys. That's about it for me, guys. I am going to get out of here. I'm Jim Price, the Jim Price Show Daily Update. You guys will be good to each other out there, and I'll see you guys